Hello everyone, welcome to another one of Mix's projects. This one is with the Dream Clouds Acrylic. It's not Kirinite brand, but it's basically the same thing. So on this particular dagger, I did not like how the Damascus was drilled out for the pins, so I decided to change that and drill them out to what I thought would actually look better. So we'll go ahead and get working on this and we'll see how it comes out. So to drill out the hardened Damascus steel, I used some oil and a concrete bit. Seems to work pretty well, although it does chew up the bits. But I am going to invest in some new heavy-duty bits for the purpose of drilling hardened steel, since I buy a lot of my blanks already made and I don't forge them myself. So again, I do apologize for this crappy video quality. It was an old camera. I have since replaced the camera, and in fact, about halfway through this video, you'll see the new camera. Looks a lot better and comes out a whole lot more clear and a higher resolution as well. So here I'm using some gray linen micarta spacers and just cutting them out. So I know some people just go right ahead and start grinding away. I've tried a bunch of different methods, and this one I'm just using the bandsaw to cut off the excess before I use the grinder and sandpaper. So now I put some gloves on because I'm using some cleaners. I think I used acetone to clean up the blade, and scales before I put the epoxy on. Alright, so got a new camera, and gonna try working with this one a little bit. So this is the knife after the epoxy is dried, and it's been a few days. I haven't really had a chance to do this during the week, so usually I do my work on the weekend, and that's where I am now. And now onto the hand sanding. I didn't put any still pictures with the grits that I used, but I started off with 100 and then went to 150, 320, 400, 800, 1000, and 1200, I believe, is where I stopped on this particular knife. So now you can really see it starting to come along nicely, starting to get smoothed out and shaped to the hand. Put a little mineral spirits on it so you can see it a little bit better. You can start to see actually within the acrylic down through the gray sections, and it looks pretty cool. This is the first time I've used this particular Kirinite or acrylic or whatever you want to call it, but it works very easy. It sands nice. It gets very smooth. It's unbelievable when it's fully polished, which you will see shortly. And finally, all the sanding is done, and onto the grinder where I will polish it up a little bit. And this is it's a little bit stiffer wheel, and the brown or red polishing compound gives it a quick, nice buff. And then I'll move over to the softer wheel with the final white polishing compound. So in this section there was a little bit of a gash in the blade, so I was trying to decide what I should do with it, and basically I'm just going to grind it out and make it almost like a little decoration, and then duplicate it on the other side as well. And it didn't come out too bad. I would have rather it not have the scratch or defect or whatever it was there, but anyway, you'll see how it comes out. It looks pretty good, I think. And I don't know if you noticed, but while I was doing the polishing there, the blade got me. So, like knife makers usually say, there's a little piece of me in every knife. So I haven't been generally very good at sharpening the blades. I haven't found my technique. I have a bunch of different tools to, try to do some polishing with, and you'll see I go through several of them here. Ultimately, after doing all of the polishing, I did get it very sharp. Since doing probably 3 or 4 more knives after this, I actually have purchased a Lansky sharpening system, and I really like it. I know a lot of people from the reviews online seem to rag on it. Since I'm still fairly new at this, I think it works really well, and I would definitely recommend the Lansky system for somebody that's starting out. It's inexpensive and it does a really nice job, and took me about 10-15 minutes to sharpen a blade now, versus in this one was probably half hour, 40 minutes or so total time. That's pretty much it on this particular video. I am just finishing it up with some boiled linseed oil here, and I like using that on, even stuff that's not wood, the acrylic and the blade. It seems to make it polish up super nice like you see it. And it actually holds that shine too. I use it on the blade as well as the scales too. So thanks again for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and place some comments below if you wouldn't mind.